Everybody wanna know who's the GOAT, nigga. Michael, LeBron, or Kareem, nigga. Bill Russell, he a gold digger. Magic Bird, gold figure.
They know I'm in tune. Whole click on the move. I win, never lose. Whole game in the news. Brooklyn trash talk. Brooklyn trash talk. Brooklyn trash talk. Brooklyn trash talk.
Kyrie cross him up. Golden State put the threes on him. That's triple-double Russ. Giannis in the Bucks. Game on the line. Hoodie Mellow in the clutch.
Brooklyn trash talk. Brooklyn trash talk.
Alright, yo, so we here today and we want to know.
Hold on. Before we get any further, I did a couple research. That nigga Rich was lying about Nancy, man.
Oh, Nancy?
I was lying. What happened?
Right.
Little bitch dancing.
She not real?
I don't think she exists.
But yo, so they
He was talking
saying
about
that.
a blow-up dog.
Oh, them $1,500 sex dolls.
Sex
nigga?
dolls?
Porter Wade got two of them shit.
Yo,
Porter Wade got two blow-up dogs. Big O, what's your swerve, nigga? But
What it look like?
right?
yo, so they saying that Kawhi Leonard may not come back for the rest of the season, even though he's medically cleared to play. How y'all feel about that? What y'all think is going on in San Antonio?
I think he out of here.
I think
Wait,
that-
so what, the first time when he came back and they sat him back down, that was his choice or he was
I
hurt?
think he got
He
re-injured,
re-injured,
but
yeah.
now he's medically cleared to play again. I guess.
And they said
I feel like they looking at it. They already in the playoffs in a good position. So why rush him back?
but it's not a. He
I don't
said
think
for
he come
the
back. I don't think he come back in the
season.
playoffs neither though.
This the rest of the season.
Is he a free agent at the end of this year?
No, he got 1 year.
Oh,
I think he's not happy in San Antonio.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
happy
think
with
he's
Greg
like San
Popovich.
Antonio right now.
And I think he's mad because nobody don't want to come play in San Antonio with him.
But I mean, at one point, Tony Parker wasn't happy when Greg Popovich was playing him less minutes. At one point, Tim Duncan wasn't happy. This happens. It's the Spurs. You know what I mean?
I think that if the summer comes and goes and it's the same thing, I think he out of here. They ain't gonna force his way out. If it comes and goes, you never know. He might have a LaMarcus Aldridge situation where he talks to him, he'd be Gucci, but don't look like it right now.
What you think, Big O?
they don't need him. They
I think at the end of the day, once he heard that he was headed to the Celtics, I think he was happy, and now he just don't want to come back.
they was gonna trade him for who?
Yeah, they was straight talks to him going to the Celtics.
For who?
That'd be crazy though. Celtics?
Depending on who they give up, but yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh, yeah,
They fuck around Spurs might just take 2 picks.
But if
from
you
him.
look at it,
he might not even take no.
he
right
might
now.
as well sit out. They third.
But
That's
it's
what
about-
I'm saying.
but
They was
it-
third last year,
okay,
no, or
but if
second
they-
last year. What's the
they was
difference?
second.
Third.
They were second because Houston was third. But if they sit back, and he don't come back, then that's not good.
Who cares?
Now, if
They're
he
not
comes
winning
back
it
in-
anyway. Who cares?
Come back in the playoffs, they'll be a tough out. You
They
never
ain't
know.
winning it anyway.
But at the end of the day, it's not them; it's him who don't want to play.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He know they're not winning it. Why waste my
But
time?
why you don't
What?
want to play?
Come
Rest
on,
up.
that is
But
why.
that happen.
If they're not gonna win, I'm not gonna play. It's not a
You
good look
play
for
to
you.
win.
That's not.
He not gonna say that. He don't want to play.
That's not a good look for you. I don't think he would do
It's
that.
20-something
I think
games
he's
left.
really hurt.
Why?
So did
To compete,
but
you
wait,
wanna
but
at
the-
least
But the
compete.
first,
You
but
don't know
I'm
that.
never. Come on,
You
now.
can't speak
You
for
think
him.
Kawhi Leonard is like that? Like he don't want to compete. He thinks
What
he's
does
gonna
Kawhi
lose.
Leonard have to prove? Not a
Well,
damn
you want to
thing.
win games. You want to
He
win.
has a
games.
ring and he has a
Finals
Finals MVP.
MVP.
He
he
don't
got
got
that-
shit
he
to
got that.
prove.
Two
It's
different
not about
players.
first of all, he already exceeded expectations.
Yeah,
you
you
didn't
got
have no
nothing left to
expectations
prove.
on Kawhi Leonard.
Sit
man.
out and come back next year.
Kawhi coming back and losing to Golden State don't affect him in the slightest.
Yeah, that's what
They
I'm
don't
saying.
touch
So
his
you turn it-
legacy.
But you can still compete. If you're a basketball player and you want to play to win, you never
It's
know if you
not
can win. or
like
not.
I said. From
Last
the
time he was
outside
on the
looking
court-
in, you're assuming because it's probably players.
It's players like
It's
that.
players
but-
it's players that's probably just there for the check. It's not saying him.
Dwight
but,
Howard, what up?
But it's just you gotta understand.
Don't do that. to
Carmelo
my
Anthony in New York, what up? But like I said,
Dwayne Heat, what up?
What up?
son. Wow.
so now you can talk. Oh, okay.
Playing for the playing for the check.
So like I said, it's players like yo. People,
I agree with that. It's a lot of players.
it's a lot of
who play
players
for
that
money.
playing for the
Yeah,
check.
but we
But I'm
talking about
saying-
Kawhi Leonard. We
All
talking
right,
about
but
Kawhi
we're
Leonard.
talking about Kawhi Leonard, and at this point, it's 27 less games left. Y'all don't have no shot at the final. That team is not
Well,
beating
why
Golden State
would
or the
it- as a-
Rockets.
as a
so
player,
why not?
why would
Hold
you
on, let me
think
finish.
that?
Why not rest up and be 100% to come back strong?
That's what
next
I
year?
think they're doing.
Why not? Not
But
it's,
it's not
him.
the Spurs.
It's him.
It's him.
So
They want him.
No,
They want him to
something
play.
is because the first time he wanted to come back, the team was holding him back.
Mm-hmm.
So now, how did it just switch? All
Now
of a
he's
sudden?
medically cleared, and he got a second opinion from someone else, and they told him that he's not ready. So he's listening to
When
them
did he
over the
injure his quad?
Last
I don't know.
probably go
During the summer, I
back
don't
in
know.
the summer.
I don't know. 'Cause
I don't even know.
I don't
So
know.
he got
No, wait, no. Yeah, because he hurt his ankle.
Yeah, when did the Kawhi get hurt?
I don't know.
Probably in the summer.
Yo,
knows?
Kawhi, you messed me up in fantasy too. But
No, but like I said, me personally about Kawhi, I sit out, train, come back next year. What's the point of having a shitty season now? It's over. Because what if he come back and he stinks? Why do it to yourself?
this is why you have to earn your spots, and people can't just give certain players spots because last year everybody was saying he was the best two-way player or the second, third best player in the league.
Not to quote my son, Out of Bounds. Shout out Out of Bounds, Gilbert Arenas. He was like, yo, if Kawhi Leonard wasn't on the Spurs, would he be considered an all-star? Because his numbers, Damian Lillard's numbers is better than his.
What's better?
He averaged more points and probably more assists. So,
But his rebounds and field goal
they
percentage.
probably say,
His
Kawhi
field
Leonard
goal
don't
percentage-
average crazy rebounds. Don't do
No,
that.
not crazy.
But he said,
His
but
field
no,
goal
he's talking about,
percentage is
listen,
better.
listen.
Look at the teams Damian be bringing.
He's trying to say what he's trying to say now, right? Because people said that Kawhi is an MVP candidate. So Gilbert was saying, if you take him off the Spurs with those numbers, would he still be an MVP candidate?
No, I don't.
Because they're trying to say it's the system. If that's the case, so why Dame is not one? That's what he's trying to say.
But he's also a really good defender.
No, but
it's shown.
but
that he's
take
a good
off the record of the Spurs. So if you put
But
him
him as a defender, doesn't
that,
stand
but
alone.
that wouldn't put him as a top 3 MVP candidate.
If
What
he
you
has
think,
25
Big O?
points and a
Big O,
Yo,
what you think?
I think he got that Kyrie syndrome. Young person win ring. They really don't care no more. It's just about having fun now.
Phil?
I believe, man.
Yeah, switched the whole topic back. What were you talking about? Would
What?
you think he'd still be an MVP candidate?
Yeah, do you think
he would be an MVP candidate if he wasn't on the Spurs?
I
Because it
I-
could be the
I
system.
don't think so.
I told that to somebody and they told me I was wrong, but I'm like, it's the system.
Yeah, because the system.
what's helping? What is the system helping? His points?
Everything.
And help him become this player.
You don't think he's a good solo
What was
defender?
the
We don't know that.
So hold
We
on,
don't know
what
him.
was
That's
the
the
what was
guy.
what was the
So-
original team he was on? Indiana?
He never played though.
Oh.
He got drafted in there.
All right, let's say he stayed with Indiana. You really think he would be this type of player?
Hell no.
Yeah, I do.
I don't believe that.
He's not doing nothing
He
crazy.
didn't do
He's
it.
just
You
scoring
would have
25
thought,
points.
but you would have thought
his
he was.
defense is
but
the
you would've-
reason why
but
he's
you-
up there.
you
Not
would've
not
thought-
his offense.
you
No,
would've
his
thought-
offense
Wait,
was
so
crazy
he wait.
last year.
It's pretty good.
Time
It's
out.
not
He was
over
a
the top.
defender. He was a defender from day one. Nobody talked about him.
But they
They
talk
didn't
about
start.
him as a good
They
defender.
didn't start.
Until
They
he
didn't.
starts
But they,
scoring
okay,
points.
so they didn't start talking about him until he added points to back it up. So don't say he's in the conversation because of his defense. That's not.
If
the
he
point.
didn't have the defense,
That
he
was a
wouldn't
bad
be an
point, Chris.
MVP.
No, but
That was a
no.
bad point. That was a bad
What?
point.
If he wouldn't have the defense, he
So
wouldn't
why
be
would-
MVP. It would
Hold
be
on, hold on, hold on.
Why
Chris.
would he not be an MVP
Chris.
prior to scoring
Hold
there?
on, lad. Before we go, Chris is the perfect example of why every show need an idiot. Martin had Cole. Family Matters had Wando. French had Joey.
And
You
Jackson
say
was
these
Fresh
dumb things.
And this is
And try
the perfect reason why they need two idiots. Because now we got Cole and Tommy.
But Chris,
No.
what you're saying is
Tommy is an idiot?
Yeah.
Time out. No,
Oh.
you're contradicting yourself now. You're saying he's an MVP candidate because of his defense. So before his scoring average went up, why was he not on the list?
Because you're not just going to be an MVP
So don't
because
say
of your
it's because
defense.
because
Because when you add the defense to the scoring, that's when you become an MVP candidate.
So you're
if
so
you just
don't
have
say
the
that,
offense
so you
or
can't-
just have the defense, you won't.
That's not true.
Yes, that is true.
So why Steph Curry
James
won?
Harden.
Wait, time out. Steph Curry won 2 MVPs. He plays no defense. What are you
Well,
saying?
first of all-
What are you
Hold on,
saying?
hold on,
That
hold
makes
on.
no sense.
Hold on.
Allen Iverson
Hold on,
played
hold
no
on.
defense.
Hold on,
He's an
hold on.
MVP.
That's a good point.
What are you
Hold on.
saying?
First of
This
all-
is why every show needs an idiot.
That's funny.
But keep going, Chris.
You really not thinking about what you're saying?
First of all,
Okay, go ahead.
Steph Curry was on the #1 team. Allen Iverson was
No,
doing it
but
by
you said
himself.
no.
They're all
You're still
reasons.
contradicting
I'm not
yourself.
contradicting.
You
You're
just said-
bringing in other
You
people.
know, but you just said you can't be an MVP
You're
candidate
bringing in
without
other
with
people.
offense, without defense.
Yeah,
That's what
You're
you said.
bringing in
no,
other
no.
people.
So what defensive team
Tell me
James
what.
Harden was on?
We're not talking about what.
But I'm asking you.
But he was an MVP
I'm asking
candidate.
you a
Yes,
question.
because he went over the top with offense, not just
But
25
you said you
points.
just can't do offense.
But it wasn't just
Russell Westbrook
25
is not
points.
a great defender neither. He won MVP last year.
Yeah, why did he win MVP?
And
I don't agree
and
that.
he averaged a triple double. That's
exactly.
what you saying don't add up, bro.
When
If
you
that's the case,
compared him-
if that's the
what's
case,
the
if
difference
that's the
between
case,
him
right?
and
A
Damian
defense. If that's the case, right?
What was that guy named? Johnny what?
Who?
Knock something. Johnny
in Knoxville. That is
You
who
were
you
a
remind me
jackass,
of.
Chris.
That's who you remind me of. That is who you remind me of. Johnny Knoxville.
But
I'm Steve. You Johnny Knoxville.
But like I
All
said, you can't. But what you're saying it's not. You know, it's not adding up.
Okay, so when
So, all right, hold on. So, all right, not to switch it up, but we have to. What y'all think about this new playoff?
Why are you gonna switch it up when we having a conversation? Let's finish the conversation.
No. We do this a lot with the mic and the thing.
But let's
but
finish
hold
the
on.
conversation.
What do you think about this new playoff bracket they try to do?
It's not gonna work.
All right, why not, Big O?
Because I feel like when you do stuff like that, you kind of take. I mean, like even though the East is long, like when you do it like that, it only narrows it down to like 5 East teams.
Maybe.
So it's like that takes some money. The NBA is all about money. Now you taking money out of the East Coast.
But Lat brought up a good point that he said Gilbert Arenas said. Can you say that?
Yeah, I was saying that Gilbert Arenas was saying that they must have an insight that LeBron might be heading west next year. So to save the NBA in this hole, you would do that because the East won't have no top money making superstar no more.
Yeah, because
For the finals, not during the regular season, but for the finals.
cause nobody want to see a Boston in the final. It wouldn't draw no attention. So
It depends who they play.
Yo, Lou,
But my thing is this, right? People always make it seem like it's like 6 teams in the West that could win the title.
It's not.
It's really 2 or 3.
yeah.
But
This year,
people
2.
make it seem like
It's 2.
people.
Golden State,
And
Houston,
and 3. You can say
and
OKC.
Oklahoma.
But they make it seem like it just so dominant. Like every team in the West could win. No,
But then
Golden State is the big dog. Houston and OKC is the puppies. You know what I mean? And it's the same way in the East.
But like O said, it's a money thing. You gotta sell that dream. You gotta fill out the arena.
Well,
you gotta
the NBA
sell them jersey. They sell them dreams.
Who the commissioner?
Adam Silver.
Silver, if you listening, if Harden in the finals, I ain't watching that shit.
Oh, they might be tired of seeing Golden State keeping the finals.
But Houston,
Well, that's breaking records.
I know, but they probably
Houston, Houston in the finals won't be boring.
Imagine Houston and Boston in the finals.
That'd be cool.
That'd be like,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know what I also don't like about that format? You could get like a Cleveland Golden State in the second round.
So they're trying to do that, so
But yeah,
different teams a chance to win.
But
So, all right, imagine they do that, right? And it still end up in East versus the West. What the fucking point?
pointless, right?
But it'll probably be a different team in the finals, though.
And make one of the top dogs is gonna be there. The only reason it might end up not being that way because they could meet earlier.
Yeah, it could be Golden State Cleveland first round.
Or it could be them.
So why we didn't do this when the Lakers was dominant? Why we didn't do this where it was just Joe and running the
Because
show?
Brown almost out the league, so he's trying to...
Because you gotta remember that's the David Stern era.
Yeah, it's different commissioner. That's true.
Oh, that's true.
That's a different commissioner.
But
I think Adams was just trying to do too much so he could be known at the end of his reign.
the what?
I think Adam Silver just trying to do too much so he could be the man at the end of when his time is done. They be like, yo, Adam Silver changed the game completely.
But that's what David Stern did. He cleaned it up. Because David Stern's the one that got rid of the drugs and stuff from what I heard. He's the one that cleaned up the league.
Lamar Odom.
If you look at them players, they was always in shape back then. Like compared to these niggas now, it's crazy. Like
So it's like it's a different time. But I don't know. If it happens, I don't know. But,
it'll be fun. It'll be exciting.
But then also you gotta think about the time differences.
The reason why
traveling.
I don't like it, because I feel like it messes up the history of the league. Like,
That's what Brown was saying.
we
too.
never did that before. Oh, you said that?
Yeah, I think that's what he said. He said that takes away from that.
Yeah, like why do it now? And it was never done. But of course, I wish he never spoke on it because of course everybody gonna look at it like he's scared of it. But that's
Nah,
good.
but that you don't know what he gonna do next year.
You know another thing I like about it. It's like let's say by chance, like if they do switch up. Now let's say it's forget Milwaukee versus Minnesota in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna sit and watch that.
Of course not.
Absolutely not.
That could happen in the regular way too, though. That could happen now too, because that's East versus West or whatever.
All right, so Lack had this great theory about what you said about the whole Michael Jordan thing.
Oh, I said as the media starts to get younger, the Michael Jordan being the GOAT will start to flush out a little bit, and more people who watch LeBron will look at it. Because, like, as you watch most of these shows on TV, it's older people that saw Jordan play, so they feel like he's the GOAT. That's what they saw. So they set this standard so high.
So you think they try to control the narrative?
For the most part, because for people who didn't watch him play, like I said, like watching highlights and watching games.
Because I have a coworker I work with, and he told me Michael Jordan was his favorite player. He's like 25.
Yeah.
So I said, when did you really see Michael Jordan play? He said, YouTube and ESPN Classics. So I'm like, they're not going to show bad games unless you actually type that in.
That's what I've been saying from day one.
How could you really judge Michael Jordan off of that?
Because you
They
only
never
gonna
show his Wizards game.
Some people actually erase that from their memory that he played on
A lot of
Washington.
people forget that. But like
Yo,
you gotta think about it. When you turn on the TV, right? For Michael Jordan, they talk flu game. They talk the Bill Russell shot. They talk the Craig Elo shot.
The 6 for 6 in the
Yeah,
final.
they don't.
So
talk
it's always
about
hyping him up.
Never no Game 7 in the finals.
They don't talk about struggling, or they don't talk about him like dropping buckets against Boston and getting smoked.
Yeah,
they don't talk about like the
Him losing the ball to Orlando causing them the game. They don't bring that up.
Oh, they may bring up like Pistons beating them up a little bit, but they may not bring up the fact that the Pistons.
No, they bring up he lost to the Pistons, but he bulked up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So he got Superman to beat them, but they don't. Magic and Bird didn't bulk up to beat them.
Yeah, but they don't, and then they also don't bring up the fact like you gotta pass the ball. Like he was a chuck, like he was a ball hog. That's why, because he tried to do it all by himself. And then,
But there's a lot of people who really don't believe that is the media that's controlling.
Yeah, I know.
Because if you look at Lonzo Ball, a lot of people thought he was going to be this great player right away.
He was good in college.
No, but I'm saying, but they based him off of that. You know what I mean? His second game, I never watched him in college. His second game in the pros, I said, this guy don't even look aggressive enough. How he going to be one of the greats?
But his pops, that was the hype. But what people fail to understand, if you're told something repeatedly, even if you're not paying attention,
label theory,
it's in your mind. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I read somewhere they said people's favorite athletes, they said 95% of people's favorite athletes are people they grew up idolizing. And I believe it's true. Chris really never saw Michael Jordan play, but he probably was around people who kept bringing up Jordan this, Jordan this.
But his favorite player, Magic Johnson.
But he never saw Magic. That's even worse.
But that's confusing me because he don't pass the ball. That's what they're confused with. He don't pass the ball.
Damn,
how Magic is God.
Big O, what you think about that, Phil?
What?
The whole Michael Jordan thing.
As far as what? What you mean,
Like, did you really get to see Michael? Do you consider?
No.
So, how do you rate somebody that you never really got to see? Like
people just going by what they see highlights and they just see the good things, and they just going off what people say.
Like even like this don't really got nothing to do with it. Like Dominique Wilkins, and they talk about how he was such a great dunker, but when you watch the slam dunk contest, he did like 2 dunks. No funny shit. He did the one hand windmill.
But it's crazy because he was actually a great player.
He was considered such a good dunker off of thing. Like even Spud Webb, one that does that contest. If you watch it, horrible. Horrible. Like this is how the world. This is how they tell you shit, right? They tell you shit and you think it, and then when you see it for yourself, that's when you like, damn.
You so caught up in it, you don't even realize.
You like, oh shit.
That shit was actually
like Nate Robinson. He don't deserve 3 slam dunk contest champions. If you watch
they ripped the white off or whatever.
Yeah, like it's horrible, but it took him like 16 tries to get, and they like
he was short. He won.
That's the Nate Robinson rule. That's why they have like 3 attempts or 2 attempts now because of Nate Robinson. Like you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just the way the narrative play out. Because when something is done now they can change it. You get what I'm saying? So, say Nate Robinson took 16 tries. Now, if they want to show, if they don't show the whole thing, they can just show the ending.
And this is my point.
You get what I'm saying?
They're not going to show that
he missed 16.
He was missing the 18 shots. They're going to show the game winner over Brian Russell.
Okay.
So that's how we're going to view the whole game. Oh, shit.
They just, so it's like, to me, I think people are followers, not on purpose, but it just comes
naturally.
Yeah, it's not on purpose, but with like as nature, it just becomes followers. If you, like you said, if you hear something so much, like if you see something, like you may see somebody wearing something, you may hate it, but you see it so much to the point, like, let me try it.
It's like the music today.
Yeah.
You may hate a song, but you hear it so much, all of a sudden that's your shit.
It's just like with Magic Johnson. When it comes to him, they only show that the infamous hook shot he gave Boston.
Alright, I know this is off the script, but I got a question I just thought of. Outside of Golden State and the Cavs, which player or which team has the most pressure to get it done this year?
Out there.
Nobody.
James Harden.
So y'all think Russell and Harden has no pressure to win a title this year?
No.
Why not?
James Harden does.
No.
Alright, explain why.
I feel regardless, the team Russell has is kind of good, but they always gonna say, "Oh, KD left them, so we never know what could have happened." So I feel like Westbrook is gonna always get a pass as long as him and KD never team up again.
I think that this because we had a similar conversation, and I thought about this after. When Jordan played, right, all the great players that he played with didn't have pressure because what everybody said because of Jordan. When you like, yo, Patrick Ewing didn't win a ring because of Jordan. Charles Barkley didn't win a ring because of Jordan. So I feel these players don't have pressure because of LeBron James. And then you have Golden State now. Before it was just LeBron. Now it's Golden State. So I feel like they don't get, because I self-proclaimed and other people say he's the best player in the world. So he has a different type of pressure. James Harden, great player, but he's not labeled the best player in the world. So he would never have the same type of pressure as him. So
choking against the Spurs and choking a few more times.
If James Harden,
and you know what sometimes I feel like Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing kind of boost Michael Jordan so it don't look that bad that they lost there.
that makes sense too. But with James Harden now, if James Harden makes the finals and loses, all that other shit gets a no too. If he plays great, even if he loses, if James Harden makes the final and plays great, all that other shit goes out the window. So
basically, it's only 3 players in the NBA with expectations: LeBron, Curry, and KD.
But to me personally, I don't think it's only LeBron. I don't even think Curry or KD really do. Wow. If KD has one. He has one already. Regardless how he got it, he has one. Steph has 2. Regardless no finals MVP, he has 2. LeBron has 3. And he brought one to Cleveland. LeBron don't have to win another one neither. It's just that he's still the best. Even in his 15th season, he's still the best player in the world. So he has a different type of presence. Russell Westbrook has an MVP. He don't have to technically prove nothing neither.
But he got Paul George. But I don't understand.
I feel like I hear what you're saying, but you gotta look at it from a standpoint of.
I try to see it from this point of view, right? LeBron loses Kyrie. The expectation is still to win a championship, right? James Harden gains Chris Paul. Why isn't it the same?
Because it's not the same.
Russell gains Paul George and Carmelo. Why isn't it the same?
Because at the end of the day, LeBron is LeBron. It's a difference. Like KD last year had LeBron as pressure because he added. He went to a team that won 73 games, so he had to get it done that year. Now that he got it done, that's why I think Golden State is playing the way they playing this season.
Oh yeah,
because they don't care.
The regular season.
Yeah, I think they don't care that much.
They're the only team in the league, right? They could lose the rest of the games this season,
and they're good.
They're still a threat. They're still the favorites. They're still a team to beat.
Like I said, in James Harden case and Russell Westbrook case, Russell Westbrook not per se If James, like I said,
you know what's crazy about Golden State? People were saying the same thing last year when they started the struggle. This don't look like the same team, and then what they did in the playoffs. They were like 16-1.
Yeah, but what I'm saying now is with the Rockets, if James Harden and Chris Paul make the finals, they're good. Even if they lose, 2 players that haven't won anything, they're good. I'm telling you, because they don't have. Because Chris Paul was in his 13, 14th year. Never played in the final. You understand? Never made it in the second round. So if he make the conference final, Chris Paul. If he make the conference final, Chris Paul is he went a step farther.
What do you think about that, Big O?
I totally agree with him. I feel like if Chris Paul and James Harden even make it to the conference finals, they're going to talk Hall of Fame for them. They made it to their highest.
Nah, James Harden made it to the conference final. He got to make the finals. He made the finals too, but he hasn't made the finals as the man. So if he makes the final, I think he's good. But if James Harden takes home right now, he's the runaway. If he takes home the MVP, that takes even less pressure off of him.
So,
that's my point of view.
Once you become the MVP, you supposed to have more expectation.
Everybody's expectation is different. You get what
It can't just be a one-man show in the league.
That's how they looked at it. Per se, I'm basing it off of how people talk. That's how they based it off of Jordan. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
They based it off because think about it now. They say the Rockets won their ring because Jordan was gone per se. You get what I'm saying? Other than that, it was Jordan League. So it's like the pressure is on the guy.
So with that said,
Jordan ain't want none.
huh?
Maxwell said Jordan ain't want none.
Kenny Smith said the same shit.
Kenny who?
Kenny Smith was like they think they could have because I think they said they beat them in the regular season.
And I ain't gonna lie. Kenny Smith know what he talking about when it comes to basketball, but he gotta stop acting like he was somebody special.
He had 7 threes in the game or some shit like
This
that.
guy is he's like Gary Neal. Like, let's stop fronting like Kenny Smith is really he's like Gary Neal. Like,
but
Sam Cassell was better than
Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell won with Boston too, right?
Yeah.
So he got 2.
Yeah.
Oh, he got 2.
He got 2.
He got 3.
3.
Yeah, he was on the team for the. He wasn't on the team for the back to back. I thought he was on for the second one.
Nah, he was
on for both.
because he was the one who took what's the name spot and started killing.
Oh, so he got 3. Oh, so Sammy good. So,
All right,
that's
hold on, we halfway now. Let's make finals predictions. Who you got, Phil?
Finals?
Let's wrap this thing up. Finals prediction, quick, fast.
Cavs, Golden State again.
Who you got?
Golden State and Cavs.
I got Golden State and the Cavs. Big O.
Oh, why would OKC?
Oh yeah.
No. You said OKC.
No, but I think OKC could beat them, but I'm going with Golden State and the Cavs.
Copy.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna stay with that. Go the Cavs and OKC.
Right.
Big O.
I agree. I'm going with OKC and the Cavs.
And Chris?
Houston and the Cavs.
Okay.
With that said, we see y'all next week, man.
We out.